Hello, welcome back to another video. It won't have been a while for you, but it's been a bit for me since I did a voiceover, so hopefully I can keep this going smoothly. But it's been a wild month already. A lot. I did start early on. I had an idea to do some sort of short comic. I wasn't going to... I didn't want it to end up really choppy because I did one in 2021 that ended up choppy to me. And that was just because I was trying to keep it within the 31 days. So I decided that I wasn't going to do that. It was going to be as long as it was going to be. And I would just show parts of it while I was going through Inktober and doing the best that I could because I still had work. And then my cousin ended up having to get some brain surgery to remove a cyst. And that was really obviously stressful for everybody in the family, most of all him and his mom. So it was wild, and he came to be with us for a few weeks, just every day. He would be here. We'd have to keep watch on him because his short-term memory was not, super wonderful at the time. He would forget things really quickly. And yeah, it was wild. And by the way, buddy, if you ever watch this video, it was not an issue. You were totally cool, totally fine. Don't even worry about it. But that was another thing that was going on, plus work, plus all of the things. There were so many things. So yes, I did decide to do a comic, and even though I really struggled to figure out which story to go with. I have so many, and I thought, oh, well, I could do the beginning of one or whatever, but I eventually decided I wanted to do something clean cut. Something that would basically start and end without being, three books or something. As most of the stories that I have end up being roughly 2 to 3 books and not anywhere near a one shot. So I thought, okay, I have these characters. I did the story for them in 2021, and I left it off very clear that there was going to be another part of the story, and that's where I picked it up from. I didn't have very long, even though I tried to start in the beginning of September or just prior. I was so busy, it just felt like no matter what I did, I didn't have the time to work on anything. And the fact that I managed to write out the entirety of the script, fuss about with it, thumbnail what ended up being, I believe, 78 pages, and yeah, board as many as I have so far, was already kind of crazy and hard for me to imagine because of, again, the time that I did not have. And most of that ended up happening near the latter end of September. So it was butting right up against Inktober, and I didn't have a lot of time. In fact, I only finished some of the thumbnails and things a few days before, and it was right at the end, I think the last day or 2 days before Inktober, I tried to get some pages sketched out just to make it easier on myself so that maybe I would have a couple done in advance, which is something I don't usually do, but I knew this was going to be just hell for me this year, even though I enjoy it. When I'm sitting and doing it, I am a happy blob. But no. It's been hell. I've missed some days here and there, not of actually working on it, but definitely posting days. I haven't actually posted. Today is the 9th for me. I have not actually posted anything since day 1. I have some stuff sitting on the side ready to go, but I just have been focused on trying to get pages done, and I haven't been getting them posted the way that I should, because I have to move them over to my iPad and make sure that the file size is correct. I should get a file size on my computer. I just don't want to deal with everything, anything, whatever. Some people know what I mean, some people don't, whatever. It's fine. Here I'm drawing the carriage boy, and he's kind of important to the story, and I'm not sure if it'll come out quite the way that I want it to, because even though I was trying to give it as many pages as it really needed, there are some layers to it that are that makes it sound so much more interesting that it's fine. There's so much more to the backstory of this that was supposed to come out little by little and hasn't quite yet, and definitely not in this one. I had a little bit in the first story that had information kind of on Crowla and Dr. Stavi Drake, which are the main characters, by the way. The little boy is Crowla, and I have adored him forever. I actually based him off of a koala bear. So, yeah, koala kid. And Dr. Stavi Drake, and they're more than meets the eye. That's the whole thing. And they go around trying to get the monsters from Pandora's box back in. And there's more to that than I'm going to say. And yeah, this is my story. I made it up years ago. And I have little side stories that are, hinted at most of the time, but not fully written down. So I write them as I go most of the time. So yeah, that's why I decided to do another of their stories, and they're going to help a man who, if he stops smiling, people die. So yeah, fun, spooky October story, but most of my stories have some sort of supernatural thing, so they work around October a lot better, I guess, than any other time of year. But yeah, so Carriage Boy is important to the story. He starts right there at the beginning. Again, very easy to understand. Carriage Boy working on the carriage. So, yeah. And the big guy is obviously Dr. Stavi. He's cool. I always liked him. I don't know. It's fine. I don't want to tell too much of the story. It's something that I'd like to continue working on the short stories for it and try to pull the information out that way. And we'll see how far I get. I don't have a lot of time to do things like this. If I did, I would be doing it all the time. And the reason I'm even working on a comic for Inktober when I know I have no time, and I am punishing myself at this point, is because I have not worked very much on the color comic in so long. And it is my plan that when all of the work is over with, I can step back into doing that and make some actual headway. I hate leaving stuff. It's been years. It's ridiculous. I don't usually start stuff unless I can finish it, so it's been very frustrating for me, as I've mentioned so many times. So yeah, I'm using this as my practice run, and I'm going to do it, and it's traditional, so it's going to be rough. The color comic is not traditional. It is a digital comic that needs some tender, loving care because the poor thing looks terrible. It needs a revamp, but we're not going to focus on the revamp. We're going to focus on finishing it, and then we'll try to fix it later and see what I can get done through the fall and winter. But first I'm going to finish this story. I am going to finish it. It's again 78 pages, so we're going to get through October. I'm going to post the 31 pages on my Instagram, and then whenever I finish the entirety of the story, I will put it all together on my Gumroad, just like I did with the first one. And that's free to read, but it's old and it looks awful, so just a heads up if you if you end up wanting to look at it out of curiosity. It's terrible. So yeah, I don't have it in right this moment, but maybe I should put the first page at the end of this video just for everybody to see. Yeah, it's not great. It's not perfect. I'm not a great artist. I just like to make things. So, there's your warning. There's your warning. And here I'm drawing the carriage, and I wish I would have stuck a little bit closer to this design. I get very rigid when I first start out on paper, and you can tell, and it just annoys me because I would like it to have more of the style and stuff that I put into things when I feel confident. So it's fine. As my sister has told me many times, you haven't done this very much in a while, and there's going to be a lot of bad drawings to get them all out. And yeah, so I'm going to do that. I'm going to do my best not to feel ashamed about it. I already had to restart one page that the ugh, the perspective was terrible. Terrible, awful, sad days. So, yeah, we're gonna do that, and we're behind, and that's okay. So I'm just gonna keep going. So yeah, that's what I'm doing for Inktober. After all of that wondering and thinking and considering doing something simple, I thought I should do something that serves me instead. And the only way to get better at something is to do it. So, yes. This is the only part I sped up, by the way, just the carriage. Because, I don't know. I thought maybe it would be interesting to see the whole thing. I did cut a couple parts because it's just me noodling. So yeah. But it's been fun, actually, to work on something again. I would have liked to committed myself fully to it with all of my time and all of my thoughts. But we don't get that all the time, so... And, things are ending, so I should have time eventually. Oh yeah, and it's gonna be my birthday on Monday. Yes. So, the existential dread is all-consuming. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Have a good day or night, and bye.